Okay.
Good. The nursing field is one of the best secular fields to meet people's physical as well as spiritual needs. Working in the nursing field has presented opportunities to share my faith, to talk about God, and to share God's love and grace with them. As others who work in the nursing field have the great opportunity and privilege to meet the needs of others in every aspect of their humanity, spirituality, physical, and emotional needs, nursing is a place where God can use you greatly. We'll see that God has given the human race the responsibility of stewardship not only over creation as far as the earth is concerned, but also over people and their souls and their spiritual needs. That caring goes beyond physical needs and involves emotional, emotional and spiritual needs as well. And lastly, a patient's vulnerability opens the door to share God's grace with them. In the book of Genesis, God appoints humanity as the stewardship over all of creation. We generally think of stewardship over creation as God's creating the earth and all the things on it, including animals, but it also includes each other and their souls. We find that stewardship in healthcare and the nursing profession by Nikki Fouché mentions this. She also mentions what a steward is. A steward is a selfless servant who manages assets and possessions without owning them and foresees the future trends and creates plans to address these trends using interventions. We are stewards of God's grace and to both the lost and the saved as nurses and people who work in the nursing field. Caring for people goes beyond their physical needs, however, and involves meeting needs such as emotional needs, needs to provide meaning to life, and spiritual needs as people are in the hospital, about to get surgery, and about to find out such things as cancer and things that get in their life. Stephen Wright reports in the article, The Quest for Meaning, Purpose in the Relationships, that more than 4,000 nurses who completed the registered nurses clinical station questionnaire look at the connection between spirituality and nursing, and that more than 90% of nurses and people in the medical field agree that spirituality is part of nursing care. For nurses, the hospital is a second home, and we are comfortable there. It's our place and our refuge that we go to when we're not at home. But that's not true for patients. The hospital for patients is foreign to them. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's painful, sometimes it means we're getting bad news, and sometimes, in many instances, patients that are there feel out of control. Due to their vulnerability, the majority of patients who are facing this scaredness, this uncontrolledness, and their lives are at the point of brokenness. And this provides nurses and healthcare professionals with the opportunity, with the door open to share the gospel, God's grace, His love, and how He cares about them emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And we must use these avenues that He has given us, these divine appointments, to share His love and His mercy and His grace with them. Well, some would think that this role should be dedicated to the chaplain or to someone in a religious profession. That role is being diminished, sometimes because of money, and sometimes because of the way the laws of governing free speech are not allowing people such as chaplains to freely use their role to talk about God and about religion and about the Bible. Sometimes nurses have the best opportunity and the best doors that are open to them, as one is crying, as one is sitting in bed or laying in bed, or as one is walking around the halls with a staff member, to get involved in the spiritual care of that person, to share God with them, and to share biblical principles with them. We see that God has given the human race the responsibility to be stewards over creation, beyond earth, the responsibility to be stewards for each other and their souls, And that caring goes beyond physical needs, but also emotional needs, spiritual needs. And it goes to show that vulnerable patients are open to sharing, being open to be shared God's grace and His love.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, I guess